I was a freelance makeup artist, struggling with a lack of money, time, and not knowing how to market myself. I suffered the same problems when I created an indie feature film until I decided to do things differently. I began studying marketing courses and ClickFunnels and discovered having a business online allows me to spend my time with my daughter, the most important thing. My mission is to help other creative entrepreneurs, such as makeup artists and educators, to create their own online courses and market them using ClickFunnels to get them out of the rut I was in so they can spend their time with their children too. I'm Miranda Wright, and together we'll cut through the glass ceiling.
Americans more often impulse buy and allow themselves to be easily influenced by social media, but even consumers from a highly restrained culture such as South Korea can be susceptible to act impulsively given the indirect, impactful, materialistic influence and status attainment via social media. When people are frequently exposed to examples via social media ads and group posts of wealth, happiness, and success through consumption ownership of products, they become more materialistic and desire to consume conspicuously and impulsively, even beyond their means. Strategists such as creative entrepreneurs can exploit the materialistic and spending influence of social media. Current and emerging consumer activity and behavior. Global trends regarding social media include a substantial growth of engagement and dependence on social media and consumers' production of user-created content. Social media users developing identification with online groups. Treating individuals as consumers is outdated. Consumers must be utilized as valuable, active producers, contributors of the social media groups. The role of user-generated content in directing consumer behavior reduces the influence of traditional marketing communications. Another current social media trend is modeling activities that have proven to be successful for others rather than being creative, inventive, innovative, which is more important and valuable to the business growth. The problems and challenges that must be solved are consumer behaviors to be avoided. These consumers that are purchasing and joining the social media groups that even Dan Henry has dealt with and actively attempted to avoid, from consumers that don't put in effort, complain, claim scam and want a refund, identified as brand patronizers, where consumers use social media to make negative comments about contact the brand, resulting from the consumer's perceived negative experience with the brands. They act like the brands must serve them, anticipate needs, satisfy demands, not ask questions, and seek to assert their feelings of self-worth, enhancement, and image, or ego identification. These people are just brats. Okay, these customers can be avoided in the consumer targeting, marketing, messaging, language, and copy. In other words, the hooks, stories, and the offers. Dan Henry directly states which consumer the offer is for and who it is not for, who is being sought to work with, and who is wanted to be avoided. He is now going as far as to close down his groups. I'll talk about this a bit later. For good. Okay, we'll get to that. So learnings from this case can be applied by marketers when managing their own brand social media pages and groups. It is recommended to attract consumers into a brand social media group and build an integrated, strong community identity, cognitive and evaluative, where it's easy to make consumers switch identities or give them new social member identities, and members feel strongly connected with other members and the brand and distinguished from other communities with a shared consciousness and ritual. This motivates, influences consumer brand loyalty, creation, purchase, and relationship, encouraging commitment for use and engagement in contents and consumer influential, informative, and persuasive interactions, which leads to a significant increase in purchases. Cha-ching! Marketers need to encourage consumer advocates to create their own persuasive user-generated content and testimonials in the social media community to do the selling for them, to positively promote the offer product, which is over 22 times more effective than marketers' communication. So identify consumers' social media activities to create strategies, responses. Marketers can then clarify and adjust communications and the brand experience, participate, interact, engage daily, and support the activities. That's why it's important to have the groups. Understanding perception and bias lenses can benefit brand social media group and advertising by creating the right positive impression and lasting relationships to actively avoid false negative perceptions. Any new person is evaluated quickly using heuristics, stereotypes, and assumption. Mind-busy based bias cues without conscious thought, influencing behavior. Looking through bias, trust, power, and ego lenses that shape their view and influence outcomes. Warmth, principles, friendliness, respect, empathy, good intentions, honesty, modesty, and inclusivity, and competence, evidence of being useful, reliable, intelligent, skilled, effective, and can act on intentions, can break the bias lenses. People want confirmation that their group are strongly united and superior to other groups. Creating unification can be done by using us language to celebrate achievements together, inviting engagement, contribution, participation, interaction on companies' Facebook pages, groups, advertisements, and show the company's human personality. Activate the user's desire to be fair and become necessary to them by reinforcing fairness and complimenting the users on fair evaluation or unbiased perception and assessment, and creating outcome dependency, collaboration, and cooperation opportunities for helping to be more effective in reaching mutual success goals. When users want to be open-minded and fair in judging the group, the business, or the offer, biases will influence the perception. Users who rely on the group leader will pay attention to understand the character and intentions, and is an opportunity for a brand that can be taken advantage of by highlighting the strengths of helping the people in the group when the perceiver will actually notice. Brand marketers can market strategically to target, attract, and motivate behavior of the right consumer segment with the same group mindset to social media brand pages by providing for their needs and desires and increasing community social connection, bonding, support, and the feeling of belonging. Users develop cognitive and evaluative social identification with social media groups, which will influence continuous engagement in use and purchase behavior. For purchase behavior, the evaluative social identity is most influential. Consumers such as brand hardcore fans who follow the brand Facebook fan pages groups engage in brand advocacy behaviors. We want these people on our team and in our groups, such as high brand social media exhibiting and tacit involvement, content creation and consumption, brand loyalty, brand attachment, publicly promote the social media presence and brand affiliation, sharing brand information, making positive brand comments, involving in brand related discussions threads, and promoting brand consumption or experience which validates and amplifies brand messages and meanings for marketers. Having needs, desires met, such as image enhancement, community identification, prestige, status, influence, motivate behavior. Consumers rely on brands and consumption to cater for functional and utility needs. consumption related solutions or for experiential needs, sensory, pleasure, variety and or cognitive stimulation, experience of brand information, entertainment or fun and interaction. Now, let's get back to Dan Henry. He states directly as per his Facebook personal profile account that he has made sales with Facebook groups in the beginning but has more success with Facebook ads. He promotes that, so he states he has more success with that and wants to promote that because that's what he does. Sticking with the Facebook ads, the Facebook groups are too time consuming and not cost effective to upkeep as he pays a moderator. So Dan is closing down his Facebook groups. Okay, but as you can see, there is a cause, a purpose for Facebook groups. If you attract the right people into those groups and nourish them, supply their needs, look after them, and you will create a community of advocacy, hardcore fans promoting for you and creating content for you, which, as I said, was a lot more effective than what a marketer can do. The communication of them is going to be more effective than you as a creative entrepreneur. Does that make sense? I have a webinar. It is about how to create an online course because self-education, it is becoming the new normal. You may have noticed this yourself. More and more people are seeking out their own education to learn what it is they want to learn so that they can put it into practice and get success. And this creates a domino effect in their life, and they have success in all areas of their life and live the life that they really do want. I'm specifically I'm targeting makeup artists because I was once a makeup artist and I want to see them succeed. I had trouble because I did not know how to market myself as a makeup artist. So therefore, I'm teaching other freelance makeup artists with their own business. You're probably already creating YouTube videos teaching people how to apply makeup, or you're posting images on Instagram of you and your makeup work. Why not take it a step further and create an actual course that you can monetize, make money from, and then you could even leave doing makeup and just have the course running and be making money automatically. Okay, does that make sense? So I'm going to show you exactly how to do that and what platform to actually use, because that is important. So I have a webinar. I want to allow people the opportunity to enter a group, a Facebook group, and I will show the webinar in that group exclusively for you. You will be the first people to see the webinar before I release it to the public via Facebook ads. So there's going to be a lot of benefit to doing that, which I will reveal in the webinar. So you're going to learn exactly how to create and market a course, teaching what you already know. You don't need to be confident. You don't need to have a lot of money. You don't need to have a lot of time. You don't need to have a lot of tech experience or any tech experience. You don't need to know anything about websites, because this has nothing to do with websites. I'm going to show you a better platform, a different platform to use. Does that make sense? I want you to show interest in attending that webinar by commenting wherever you hear me speak about this webinar. If you can leave a comment somewhere on my Facebook page or my Instagram page under a video and write, "Miranda, let me into the webinar." I want to know that you're interested, and then I can allow you access to the group and show you the webinar. Does that make sense? So thank you for joining me. I am Miranda Wright. I shall speak to you in the next podcast. Bye for now.
Free training webinar reveals finally a way any freelance makeup artist or educator can make more money in 30 days without time wasting clients or joining an MLM, and whilst avoiding other bitchy makeup artists, even if low in time, money and confidence. Want to know how? Comment wherever you are seeing this video. Miranda, let me into the webinar. On Instagram TV, Facebook or YouTube. Comment, Miranda, let me into the webinar.